2019, Norwich are promoted to the Premier League. 2020, Norwich are relegated from the Premier League. 2021, Norwich are promoted to the Premier League. 2022, Norwich are relegated from the Premier League. This is the case of one of the 5 clubs we are going to be talking about, as in the late 2010s and early 2020s Norwich, Fulham and Watford were considered yo-yo clubs, especially Norwich. Now, these clubs are not. In fact, since 2022, there has been a grand total of 0 promotion and relegation since 2022 for these clubs. This is what happened to the old yo-yo clubs. Okay, I don't know why the intro is so dramatic, my bad, but the first club we are talking about is Norwich. In 2019, Norwich City were promoted to the Premier League on 94 points and 5 points away from second place Sheffield United. Teemu Pukki scored 29 goals in that campaign, and he was a vital part of Norwich's promotion. I know this has nothing to do with this, but who else remembers Dwight Gale at West Brom? What a player. In the transfer window for their 2019-20 Premier League season, they spent £38 million in the transfer window on incomings for Josip Demic on free from Gladbach, Patrick Roberts on loan from Manchester City, Ralph Fairman on loan from Schalke, and even signed players from Rochdale and Patrick Thistle on loan. In the end, they finished bottom of the league on 21 points. Championship 2020-21, Norwich promoted with 97 points, Teemu Pukki getting 25 goals. For the 2021-22 season they signed Josh Sargent, Christos Zolis, Billy Gilmore, Angus Gunn, Dimitris Giannoulis, etc. They would finish 20th with 22 points. Since then, Norwich hasn't been back. Now on to Fulham, and Fulham had a pretty similar case as Norwich. Fulham in 2019 would be promoted via the playoffs on 81 points, just 2 points off second place West Brom. In their transfer window for 2020, they would sign Tosin Adarabioyo, Terence Congolo, Kenny Teat, and Anthony Robinson. On loan, they would sign, you might recognize this name, Ademola Lookman, and also Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Lookman would get 4 goals and 4 assists, and Fulham would finish 18th but 11 points away from safety. In 2021, Fulham would finish first in the championship and promotion was sealed yet again. Now this is a different story, because in the 2022-23 season, Fulham would finish 10th. Since then, Fulham have been a pretty established mid-table Premier League side. They stopped being a yo-yo club in a good way. This isn't the case for the next team we are talking about though, which is Watford. I feel like some people have actually forgotten that Watford actually was a yo-yo club as well. In the 2019-20 season, Watford were relegated to the Championship with 34 points after finishing 11th the season before, and the transfer window wasn't necessarily bad. They signed Ismail Assar for £30 million and breaking their transfer record and signed free agent Danny Welbeck. In 20 appearances, Assar scored 5 goals and got 4 assists, and Welbeck got 2 goals in 18 appearances. In the Championship 2020-21 season they finished second and got automatic promotion back to the Premier League. Deeney, Hughes, Dawson, and Chalobah would leave the club in the summer, but they did have some arrivals as well. They would be relegated yet again alongside Burnley and Norwich and lost the most games, losing 27 of 38 games. Even Norwich lost fewer games, who would finish bottom. They would finish 11th in the Championship in their first season back. And since then Watford hasn't been close to getting back to the Premier League. Unlike Norwich, they haven't even made the playoffs yet, and don't look like they will return anytime soon. Technically a yo-yo club doesn't have to be Premier League to Championship. It can also be League One to the Championship. And now here is my honourable mention of Rotherham United. 2018-19, Rotherham are relegated to League One. 2019-20, Rotherham are promoted to the Championship. 2020-21, Rotherham are relegated to League One. 2021-22, Rotherham are promoted to the Championship. 2022-23, Rotherham actually stay in the Championship. 2023-24, Rotherham relegated from the Championship and 24 points away from safety. Since then, Rotherham hasn't been back. Let's just quickly go through these honourable mentions. Leicester, Crystal Palace, not referring to currently but between 2000 and 2013 we were absolutely a yo-yo club. Sheffield United, and West Brom.